another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I created this makeup look right here. And this is going to be my third Valentine's Day look of the year. Girl, I love this one. You guys know I live for a dramatic eyeshadow look. I did already do 2 looks, as you guys know, and I love those looks as well, but they were more like soft glam kind of looks. I did a half cut crease with a pastel pink on the lid and some brown warm shadows in the crease. That look was so beautiful and you guys loved it. And then the second look was a really pretty pink and white halo eye with just a touch of red eyeshadow. That was also absolutely stunning. So this is the look that I created, and of course anytime I want to do a really dramatic look and I just want to use shadows that I know are going to blend like a dream and they're going to look amazing, I always jump into my BPERFECT Carnival palettes. So this one right here is the Carnival 3 Love Tahiti palette, which you guys have seen on my channel a million times at this point, but this is what this one looks like. It is one of my favorite palettes of all time, you guys, and probably my most used palette in my collection besides this one. And you guys, I'm so sad because I actually hit pan on the pink eyeshadow today because I used it today. And I can see the little silver pan shining through. So this is the Carnival XL Pro palette. This is also another favorite of mine. And as you guys can see, I have hit pan on quite a few shades in this palette as well. It is a favorite. I just can't get enough of these. They're amazing. Anytime I don't want to think about having to look through my collection for an eyeshadow palette, I just grab these and I know the look is going to come out bomb. So besides using those palettes today, I did use some newer items. So I did use the new NYX the Marshmallow primer today. This is what the primer looks like. You guys see me haul this in my Ulta haul, and I am here to tell you that this is bomb, you guys. I only used it one time, which was in today's video, and I fell in love. I love it so much. The scent is amazing. It smells like candy. It feels so nice on the skin. It's like a whipped texture and it smooths out your skin really nicely. My foundation went on top beautifully and I just overall love it. So if you guys have not got your hands on this primer, you definitely need to, because the hype is for good reason. I also did try out the new Physicians Formula Matte Monoi Butter Bronzer, which looks like this. It's the bronzer that I'm wearing on my skin today. Also super bomb. If you guys have not tried Physicians Formula bronzers, now is the time to do it. This one is a matte version, so it has no shimmer to it whatsoever, and the color is gorgeous. It's not too warm, but it's not too cool. It's like the perfect in between, and the formula blends like a dream. It is amazing. So I am going to be showing you guys this look today. By the way, I hate when I use a glitter and the camera does not pick it up. So in that negative space, I do have some glitter there, but the camera is not picking it up. But I will do some up close shots in the intro so you guys can see exactly what the eye makeup looks like up close. But I am obsessed. I'm really excited to show you guys how I created today's look. It's actually not as hard as it probably seems. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into today's video. Before we jump in, please don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up if you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you guys have not already. And of course, without further ado, if you guys would like to see how I created this makeup look today, then just keep on watching. Alright guys, so jumping into today's look, I'm going to be, of course, priming my eyelid with my P.LOUISE base in the shade Rumour number 2. You guys, I am extra priming for today's look because, as you guys can see, it's very dramatic, it's very elongated, so we need to make sure that we have everything nice and primed. So I am going to be using my Carnival 3 palette by BPERFECT and STACEY Marie, of course, and the first color I'm going to be using is the shade called Fruity. It's a beautiful purple with like hot pink in it. It's so beautiful. You have to have the palette and physically see it in person to see how stunning it is. So basically what I'm doing is creating that little half cut crease up at the top inner part of the eye. So I started out with that shade and packed it into the crease as always, and then I'm going into the Carnival XL Pro palette, which is also from BPERFECT if you guys are not familiar, and I'm going to go into the shade called Wasted. It's a beautiful, true, like Barney purple. It's honestly such a stunning color. So I'm going to go ahead and put that into the socket of my eye, a little bit beneath that kind of like purplish pink shade that we put down first. And then I'm going to go into the shade right here, which is called Funky. And I'm just going to use that shade to basically blend out all the colors we have going on so far. So you guys know my technique, which is my favorite technique that I found that works the best, is to basically like pat the eyeshadow on. I feel like it basically just blends itself. Like the brush is doing all the work for you. I found that sometimes I find myself doing like windshield wiper motions, but this packing motion, girl, I'm telling you, it blends your eyeshadow like no other. So I went ahead and blended out that harsh line, and then to further blend it out, I'm going to go in with the shade Pep Talk, which is a really nice light pink, and I just basically took a fluffier brush to make sure everything is nice and diffused. Then of course it's time to cut the crease, so I'm going to be using my Garnier Micellar Water with just a few Q-tips, and I do go through a few Q-tips doing this technique just because I like it to look nice and crisp and clean. So I'm cutting out the crease, but then obviously I'm cutting off the end of that eyeshadow because obviously it's not a full cut crease and it's not going all the way towards the brow. So now to go ahead and clean that up. By the way, I don't know where's the cap for this right now. Like, I was a mess for today's video, you guys. Honestly, I was so into it that I forget to show product a lot of the time. So of course I went ahead and finished up cutting my crease off camera because I just can never stay like in the frame. It's terrible. So now to create that really beautiful blown out thick wing, girl, this technique is amazing. So basically what I'm doing, as you guys can see, I'm not worried about it looking very crisp, very clean, very pointy. Girl, let's forget all that. Okay, right now we're worrying about blending. So I started off with the purple, which was the shade Wasted, and then I also went in with a little bit of the shade Blackberry, and right here in this clip I'm actually going in with the shade Funky, which is that really nice bright pink. So this technique here, basically you're packing on shadow on top of one another, but it's creating a really beautiful blend that you can't see in the moment. So you have to trust the process. So once I was pretty happy with the blend, now we can go in with the makeup wipe. If I had acrylics, this would be so much easier, but since my nails were so short, I did have to clean up the wing because it wasn't as crisp. I mean, it don't look bad, but you guys get me? Like, I feel like when you have acrylics, it's just like cut, you know? So I did have to go in with some blank canvas just to clean that area up, but nonetheless I feel like I would have went in and cleaned it up with some concealer or some type of product anyway, just to make sure it looked really nice and clean. So I'm going in with blank canvas. The only thing I will say is if you're creating a look like this one and you are also using blank canvas to clean up that wing, you definitely want to make sure that you go back in with the buffing brush and really buff out that blank canvas, because it will kick you in the butt later on when it's time to blend out your concealer and it's not blending properly because a blank canvas dried down and it wasn't blended properly. So for glitter, this glitter right here, I'm going to leave the name to it down below, but I don't even think it's still a part of ColourPop's website. This is the Glitterly Obsessed glitter from the ColourPop and Sailor Moon collection. It is beautiful. It has some pinks in there, some purples. It shifts color basically, and it's gorgeous. You don't need any adhesive. It basically adheres to your skin. So I just put that in the negative space, and then I popped my lashes on off camera. So we're going to move on to face makeup. You guys, this primer from NYX, this is the new NYX Marshmallow primer. It is so good. You need to go out and pick it up at your local Ulta. It's pretty expensive for a NYX primer. It's 17 bucks, but it's worth every penny. It's going to smooth your skin, give you hydration. You guys, it's bomb. So for foundation, I'm using the Uma Beauty foundation and my NARS foundation along with this new limited edition Wet n Wild pink sponge. I believe this is called the Love Collection. I'm just guessing that because that's what it said on the packaging. But it is amazing. You guys know I love this sponge. It's bomb. And then for cream bronzing, I decided to use this Pure 4-in-1 foundation stick. You guys, this thing was orange. Okay, like, girl, I was like, what are you doing? This just ruined the whole look. But thankfully I went in with my sponge and really did diffuse it, and it was fine, no problem. We definitely fixed it. And then for concealer, I went in with my Jouer Essential High Coverage Concealer. And of course, you guys, since my SD card would always get full, now I stopped the clips in between, and I forgot to press record again when it was time for me to blend out the concealer, but that's the concealer that I used. So moving on to cream blush, I decided to use another one of the putty blushes from e.l.f. This one is in the shade Bora Bora. It was beautiful. It looks super bright here, but it was so nice and just like such a soft color. It was gorgeous. So I did go ahead and pop that on my cheeks. And then to set my under eyes, I'm going to be using my COLLAB Set the Stage powder. You guys know this is my jam. Every single time I go into using other powders and then I come back and use this one, I'm always so blown away. Okay, it's like love at first sight. I love this powder. It's beautiful. If you haven't tried it, you're missing out. Moving on to setting the rest of my face, I'm using my Sephora Micro Smooth Powder in the shade Light. Beautiful powder. You guys definitely need to pick it up. And then we're using a new bronzer today. This is the new Physicians Formula Matte Monoi Butter Bronzer. You guys, the packaging of this is so beautiful. And this shade right here that I'm using is just the bronze color. They do have Sunkissed Matte or Sunkissed Bronze, one of those two. I have that shade as well. That shade is a little bit too dark for me. As you guys can see, this one right here is already super bronzy. So I'll save that one for the summertime. But this bronzer was gorgeous. I love it. It's beautiful. You need it. And then moving on to blush, I wanted to use a blush that was very subtle. This right here is the Tarte blush in the shade Sensual. I've talked about this blush a gazillion times at this point, but it is just beautiful and it goes with every single makeup look. So for highlight, I decided to use my Get Wet highlighter from BPERFECT Cosmetics in the shade Hollow Glaze. And I didn't want a super blinding highlight, so I just added it with a brush today. And that's basically it. So moving into the lower lash line, you guys, this is going to be the easiest lower lash line you've ever seen. I'm going to go in with the shade Wasted, which is that really beautiful purple that we use on a flat definer brush. This is the one from Morphe and Jaclyn Hill's brush collection. The best flat definer brush. It's the only one you guys ever see me use. And then I took a little bit of the shade Funky and put that towards the inner part of the eye. Took a little bit of the white eyeshadow from the Riviera palette to put in the inner corner to make sure that area looks really nice, bright, and vibrant. And girl, that's it. That's all we're doing for the lower lash line. We have a lot going on the top, so we're going to keep the lower lash line very simple. And then I went ahead and went in with this MAC mascara to give my lower lashes a really good coat of mascara. And for lips, I did go ahead and already line my lips. I just used my usual KKW lip liner in the shade Nude Number 2. And I'm going in with my same Lauralee Los Angeles liquid lipstick in the shade Nakey Nakey, but I feel like you guys already get me and you already know that I'm going to be using this liquid lipstick if I'm doing a nude lip, because honestly it's just the perfect nude and just has the perfect undertone that it's so versatile with any look. So I did want the lips to be a little bit more pink though, so I'm going in with the Vague Cosmetics a liquid lipstick in the shade Pink Pearl, I believe. I'm pretty sure. It's going to be down below in case you guys are interested, but this is like a really pretty pinky nude color, so I just added a little bit of this to the center of my lips and I'm going to go ahead and blend it out with the brush. And then you guys know I've been obsessed with adding a little bit of the P.LOUISE base in the shade Zero, which is a pure white base, to the center of my lips. You guys, this just does something to the lips for me. It just makes your lips look really pouty and juicy. Girl, like, I love it. I'm obsessed. So I did that really quickly. This is the lip combo. And to go ahead and set everything in place, I'm going to be using my Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Mist. The packaging is a little bit different on this one, because this one was a part of a little limited edition kind of like kit that they did, so the packaging is super cute. But yeah, so now that the face looks nice and dewy, we're gonna go ahead and dry it down with the Batty Bee fan. You guys know I love this little fan. It's super cute. And that's basically it, you guys. I love this look so much. Let me know down below what you guys think of this Valentine's Day inspired look. And of course, as always, thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.